And this is a recording of the Red Light Podcast, number 2, Muertes de Sangre de Christos. I am the man named Roy Wolfman, and joining me is Ookami Tentails. Say hello, Ookami.
Yo. I live in Texas, but I don't speak Spanish.
You no speak no Spanish? No hablo español?
Sí, señor. No.
No hablar? You don't even pick up a little phrase or two?
Where's my leche? That's about all I know.
You want your milk? Okay.
I want my milk.
So you learn Mexican from porn. I gotcha.
Sure.
Today our subject will be Savageland, 2015. This is one of the movies I've shown to several people while on my found footage kick on how there are documentaries on documental footage being found. That is in the found footage genre. I think there are other examples, but I don't think there's a popular one. I think this is like the highest of popular. There's the Poughkeepsie tapes, but that didn't get a wide release.
Yeah, I've heard that name, but
then you could say The Last Broadcast. That's a documentary on a documental footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about a bunch of guys investing in the Pine Barrens for a documentary. There are several others. None. Those I just named off the top of my head. I have to look at my page, but I do know there's more like that. This one is a good one in particular. Savageland. It is a documentary on the massacre of a small town due to unknown reasons, and the only survivor is charged with the murders. And through a piece-by-piece documental of the, I want to say, the survivor himself, the word escapes my mouth right now. Dissertation, he's telling his version of things.
Yeah, I can't think of the word. But
Me, I'm stupid right now. Hold tight. We will have it come to us sooner or later. And
me brain no work right now.
Me
come
brain
back
no
later.
Work. Yes. Hold tight. We'll come soon. Need boot up. And then we are joined in by the survivors' photo documents of the massacre and showing something totally different than anyone had seen.
Mm-hmm.
And we go pace by pace, following what happened that night. I had seen this like 2006, 2007 on Amazon Prime. But this is your first time seeing it, Mr. Ookami.
But how'd you see it then? Because this came out 2015.
16, 17, I said.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said 2006, 2007. I was like, wait.
No.
What?
2016, 2017.
Okay, yeah.
It was on Amazon Prime.
Okay, and I could see that. Well, first of all, we now know we should all know the true villain here is racism.
Yes, it is.
Because there's no fucking way a sensible human being could look at this scrawny little man and say, oh yeah, he killed an entire fucking town without them fighting back.
Mm-hmm.
No. I say no, sir.
Yeah.
You're dumb.
Yeah, right thinking human being would believe one man cannot take out an entire town unless he's John Rambo.
Yeah. No.
And this guy ain't John Rambo.
No, this guy films like roadkill because artistic reasons. This is not. No. But overall, though, no. This my thoughts on this is, dude, this is good. And I vaguely remember hearing about this, like outside of you telling me about this, because I actually do recall hearing about this like back when it came out in 2015.
Right.
I did run in a few circles that talked about stuff like this. I wish I had seen it, but now's not a bad time to see it either. This is good. Yep. This is really good. This is well done. Shit, dude. Like the whole aspect of the showing all of these pictures of like the events that actually happened
that night.
Yeah, that night. Oh, and the photography. Oh, okay. So I know we had a few people with us, and they were saying how like this looked like stuff that like maybe you would see as like album art cover. Cover art. I said art cover. Album art. Cover art. Yeah, album art. Yeah. Yeah, I could totally see that.
Oh yeah.
Especially when it shows like the ghouls, because I wouldn't call these zombies. They imply zombies, kinda, sorta, but I got more of a straight up like not just zombie, but outright ghoul,
right?
Feel to it. Like that these are things completely unnatural. Somebody fucking with powers they should not have been created these damn things.
Right.
Because they don't just come out of nowhere. Although they seemingly come out of nowhere here.
Yeah, the very first photo you see is them running down the hills.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them. And this is before anybody has died in the town. So there's a lot of these already. Meaning some other town has this shit happening. Or this shit has already happened and has either been covered up or nobody knows.
Right.
So, and they do point out they are on a warpath. There is a set path they are going. Or more a direction, and that is north.
Right.
And yeah, you can tell. These people just happen to be in the way is what's going on here. Dude, like all of these shots that we see, even the more like really unnerving shots of like showing like this shit having happened to a fucking preschool, it looked like.
Yeah, preschool.
With like these like just children, clearly like the corpses all over the place, shredded, blood everywhere, and like we see like a little girl, like pictures of a little girl, like and him reaching in to try and save her. And I know people question, like, oh, why would he be still filming during all of this? He is a photographer. Why wouldn't he still be taking pictures?
Are you going to tell somebody straight up that there was some unearthly force come up and just decimate the town without any documentation whatsoever?
No. No, if you are a capable photographer, you're going to do your damn job and you're going to photograph this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, you're all but compelled to do it.
Right.
It's just, that's what it is. It's the same with and that's one of the things I want to talk about real quick as an aside.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to found footage, that is something I've heard people complain about and point out. They're like, well, why would they just keep filming instead of, like, you know, helping people or shit like that? And it's like, because they're a filmmaker.
Yeah, most of the a good portion of found footage is people from a journalistic background.
Yeah, they're a
Or
journalist.
from a filmmaking background.
Yeah, they're a cameraman. They're doing exactly what they're meant to do, and that's film.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do that because they're, of course, thinking. And half the time they're doing it without even thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yeah, no, holy shit. Like, there is that part in their brain going, holy shit, I gotta film this shit so that people can see.
Mm-hmm. So that I'm not talking out of my ass.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys gotta know that this is out there.
Yeah. Like, if I was any good with a camera, like, if I had, like, a camcorder or something like that, and, like, we suddenly had, like, just this weird, like, fucking invasion, like an alien invasion or fucking, you know, space Nazis, something like that. I don't know. Some weird shit happened. You know, if I had the ability to do it, I'd be filming that shit while, you know, running for my life, but still filming that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would hand it to somebody else and be like, here, you film this shit. I'm going in. Like, that's what would happen. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea and them questioning, oh, why are he taking the pictures? Like, they do even point out in this film and say, it's what you do when you're a photographer.
Yeah, that was the professional photographer they had, which was incidentally played by Len Wein. Are you familiar with Len Wein?
That is a familiar name.
He is a comic book writer.
Yep.
He wrote X-Men and is known as the father of Wolverine.
Yep.
Played masterfully by Len Wein, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But go on. Yeah, he says, yeah, I've been in Vietnam, and the only thing you can do in some situations is just shoot.
Yeah.
You'll help people out in the end, but that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually you hit a point, yeah, like, and they do point out, yeah, when he tries to save the little girl, that, like, yeah, no, this was him finally breaking out of that and realizing, no, I need to try to help somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that moment. Right. Sadly, he couldn't, but which I do admit, like, I did have, like, kind of a fucked up, like, thought in my head after that, where it was like, okay, they show the picture of the girl, like, holding onto the gates of the bars of the gates, wanting to be saved.
Mm-hmm.
And then him reaching and, like, grabbing her hand as she's being snatched. And I just imagine that the next photo was him holding her severed hand and being like, oh.
Yeah.
But naturally, they're not going to show us that because that would kind of kill the seriousness of all of this.
That would, yeah.
Although I think it would add to like kind of the horror of it all.
It would.
Because I just assume like the way they're about to rip her like right out of his grip. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. If he had a decent grip, that kid lost an arm in that process. But no, this is very brutal, very, for lack of a better word for it, real. It's very visceral, I guess you could say.
Right.
And even bringing in like some of like the last like words of some of these people.
Like recorded on a voicemail.
Yeah.
And it kind of is freaking creepy.
Yeah, it is. Like, where's Grace?
Grace is gone.
Grace is gone. Where's Grace? Grace is gone. Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing. And then, I think probably the most brutal to me, though, was actually the thought of the people who, again, he was nowhere near, and they point that out. He's like, he was nowhere within the vicinity of these people when they ran to the water tower, climbed all the way to the top, and then made the decision, the executive decision to jump and die from the fall rather than being torn apart and devoured by these things.
Right.
And that was brutal. That idea was very, very brutal to me. And very, very real.
Right.
Because it made me wonder, is like, could I make that choice if I got stuck in a situation like that? It's like either die a horrible, horrible death or possibly a quick death by taking my own life.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad that this film sort of does make people think this. Because it's just an amazing film. The amazing way it's told. And then the outcome of it is horrifying yet amazing in and of itself. But as you said, the real enemy in this whole thing is racism. Because the character, Francisco Salazar, the survivor, he gets killed. He gets sentenced to death for all these deaths. And not only do they see the place of Arizona, see Salazar as the devil in killing these people. The guy who tried to save Salazar, the author, sees the people of Arizona as the murderers of Sangre de Christos, wiping them out, not seeing these photos for what they are. So, yeah, racism is the ultimate bad guy in this.
Yeah, not admissible in court. Bullshit!
Yes.
Bullshit!
Yeah.
It's plain as fucking day in those photos what happened. Yes, some of them are blurry, but you do get some of those final shots where you really see the things, and it's like, yeah, whatever that was, he was not responsible for that.
Right. Yeah, that was the fun. Yeah. Photos not admissible. That does not work. That's not a compute.
No. Excuse me? Yeah, no, you just want to take the easy way out.
Yeah.
Which in the end, he was also perfectly okay with, because as he says,
well, he
like,
as
I'm
the sheriff of Heinzman.
mhm.
Heinzman. That's an inside
Well,
joke for all you horror fans out
yeah,
there.
yep, yeah, but I mean, well, I mean, like, our guy is just like, he's even like, nah, like, do what you want to me here. You, I'm safer here
They're not
than
there.
I am out there.
Mm-hmm. And
You cannot do anything more to me than what would happen out
mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, naturally they put him to death, and then the corpse goes missing.
Mm-hmm. It is hinted at maybe why
But he had bite marks on
he
him.
had bite marks on him, but we don't know. By the way, excellent, excellent performance by Noé Montes as Salazar.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not even an
Oh
actor.
no, he's a photographer, isn't he?
He's the guy who made the photographs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually is a professional photographer.
Photographer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so good,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. So like the director, uh, Phil Gildry and Herbert, the directors, said, you know what? Fuck it. You be Salazar. You got that eye. We need that eye to be shown through, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it was, oh my God.
And those
He
fine,
nails it.
yeah. Oh yeah.
He nails
And
it
those
perfectly.
and those final scenes too, like just the basically aftermath explaining like, oh yeah, no, now suddenly we're having more disappearances, more slaughters,
Mm-hmm.
um, more evidence,
Right.
like video footage of some of this shit happening. Like, yeah, nah,
Mm-hmm.
y'all fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely works. In the
Mm-hmm.
end, with the fragments and a hint that the perpetrator possibly is Salazar
Yep.
now. What else should we say about this? This came out around the time where the found footage film was at a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
2010 is the 2015's film. 2000 film. Why am I saying films? 2015's was not very kind to the genre subgenre. You had like the Pyramid out. You had yeah, The Devil Inside, which came out. Every Fuck You It's January movie, for those of you who don't understand, January's the dumping ground for stuff that they don't believe in.
Yeah.
The production comes to them. So it's pretty much, fuck you, this is the scraps we're giving you. We're not going to put anything major in because we don't have any belief system in it. So this is going to make us a little bit of money and then on to the next project.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Fuck You It's January films were found footage in the 10s to 15s. I think the only glaring positive one was The Last Exorcism.
Yeah.
But no, you had, I think Paranormal Activity came out in 2010.
You had Paranormal Activity. I believe you had Chronicle.
Chronicle came
Because that
out.
was like 2011.
Mm-hmm.
You had a few good ones here and there.
Right.
But then you'd get like an Apollo 18.
Apollo 18, yeah. Yeah. And
we'll talk about that eventually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
because I just have to.
Right. And then just to be fair, there were a lot of good ones in the 10s and through 15s as well. It just was not on heavy rotation or in the theaters at the time. You were mostly seeing them pretty much Amazon Prime or Netflix or
just direct DVD.
Direct DVD, yeah. This one, I think a lot of people think this one broke the drought. This one got a lot of major notoriety.
Yeah.
And then there was others too. But this one started off at all.
Yeah, because I think after that, then like I think the very next year, you had either the very next year or the year after that. That's when you got like the first Hell House LLC.
Hell House LLC. Yeah, that was like 16, 17.
Yeah. Because then you started getting that line, and you got a couple other ones, and then you'd start to get some actual interesting concepts, but just poorly executed.
Yeah. Like Operation Almanac.
Oh, fuck it. Oh, Project Almanac.
Project Almanac.
Yeah. Project Almanac. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you have Grave Encounters?
Yep, Grave Encounters.
You had oh, now what's going on? Pardon me, folks. We're having our own little Sangre de Christos happening. I hope we can stop the ghouls.
Fuck.
But you had
yeah.
a lot of good stuff coming through the pipes after this.
Yeah.
This is also put out by our good friends at it's one of the major direct to streaming companies. Want to get to the company credits? Thank you, IMDb. Go Digital. Go Digital distributed. This is from the Mask. Now Terra Films distributed it.
There you go. Yeah.
And they distributed a lot of the good ones.
Oh, The Taking of Deborah Logan.
Deborah Logan. Hell House LLC. No Fear.
Oh, that was 2015?
Yeah.
Hell House LLC was 2015. All right. So you had these two to kick it off then.
And they also put in Savageland.
Yep.
The Chair. Night of Something Strange.
Chair. After Dark.
Close Calls. Dead Body. The Trial. Inner Demon. The Box. The Mothman of Point Pleasant. Anything you see in Amazon
What the
Prime.
Waters Left Behind. Yeah.
Yeah, Still Life, The Chosen, Talon Falls, I Know You're There, End Trip, Slay, 1031. Pretty much they're your AIP of Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
But no, this was their big old splash. This was starting making the money. What else can we say about this film? Did the director go on to make anything else? Field Guidry? What did you do, Field Guidry? Did you go back to ESPN? No, you went back to ESPN. Did NFL stuff. He originally started as a director to Rome is Burning. So he did a lot of sports related programming.
Yeah, this was like the one off, like the one out of left field. Nobody saw that coming with him, clearly.
And Herbert, what did you do after this? Nothing. This was his only credit. And Weiland, who wrote it, what did you do? Yeah, I know Superbook. No, this is only credit.
This is only credit.
Well, better to go out undefeated.
Yeah, no, fair.
Yeah, you hit that ballpark, out of the ballpark, you're done. I'm in there.
Yeah.
But would you recommend this as essential or non-essential?
Oh, essential.
Mm-hmm.
This is essential. This is a must see. Whether you're casual or somebody who is collecting, you must see this.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It's well crafted. It's a nice documentary that uses the tools and techniques that's available to its best. I mean, even the public access stuff really popped as natural. They used even the direct. Why do I want to say direct? Even the public access music for maximum effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they're talking about Heisman.
Yeah, I know somebody. Yeah, somebody pointed that out, and I was just like, okay. It actually doesn't. That type of thing doesn't bother me.
Right. I mean, it actually did work within the context of what we're working for.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is definitely essential. It's up there with Poughkeepsie. It's up there with it might be up there with Culloden. It might be Culloden, the first found footage film. Might be. We'll see. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it for this recording. Ookami, your socials.
You can find me over on Podbean with the Wolfston Podcast. Check out my whole crew. Come for the anime, stay for the horror. You can also find me over on Twitter as Tentail Ookami. That's TentailOokami. That's my name. Don't wear it out. You can also, if you'll check us over on Patreon, where you can, for just $1 a month, you get access to stuff early, before it even drops to the general public. Behind the scenes, exclusives, originals, and yeah, early releases. And I guess if you're listening to this, Mom, get off my computer. I'm gonna keep coming up with ones, damn it. I'm gonna keep trying to come up with things.
Yeah. And if you wish to find me, you can find me at RoyBoy3 on Twitter. If you have any questions, you want to make some suggestions or complaints, send them to starlightpodcast@podbean.com. And with that being said, the recording is over and the objective is complete. Farewell.